Well, hello, goody people. It's nice to see you again. And today I come to you with a Tokyo Ghoul Ray review. I know it's been a while. I'm sorry, but stuff happens. Yeah, so let's get to this. So yeah, holy shit. First thing I want to, other thing that I was, main thing that I want to say is TOUKA. Fucking TOUKA. She's back. I mean, how awesome is that? Like, I love how we've been getting old characters from the previous series just shown, and in such a simple way or in such an interesting way where you ask yourself just, oh shit. First you say, oh shit, and then when you see what keeps going on, you go, huh, I kind of wonder, like, what took in the past 3 years for them to get where they are now, because I really want to know the events that took place between the first series and this new series, Tokyo Ghoul, because we obviously know 3 years have already passed, and that's because the time skip and everything, but we don't know how everyone ended where they are now, because we got fucking Nishio being serpent hunting down Torso for some reason, which obviously the given theory that everyone's been throwing on and that I came up for first at the beginning when I said when I said that serpent might have been Nishio, is that he's hunting down Torso because Torso killed his girlfriend Kimi, because that's the only reasonable explanation as to why he would be hunting down this ghoul, and why he's not with Kimi, just keeping it in low key and just being a regular ghoul. And while he just turned into this super cool, badass, S-rated ghoul called Serpent, huh? Nishio being awesome and all. But yeah, and now in this chapter, with the near the end, we saw Toka and Yomo running their own little coffee shop in the 13th district, and we're like what the how did that happen? Like, yeah. But yeah, I think I'm rambling way too much about how much I love this thing and not reviewing it or talking about the chapter itself too much. Okay, so let's dive on this real quick. So we start off with at the hospital, visiting the investigator, one of the investigators that was at Torso's home, just last chapter ago, and he's the squad leader of that squad, and he's the only survivor left. And like, whoa, shit! I mean, Ayatsu just wreaked havoc on everyone, just carnage everywhere. Apparently, he killed every single person but one. I don't know for what reason he did not kill that person, but hell, who cares? He's badass, and we want to see more of Hayato because we all love that Hayato. But yeah, Sasaki and Akira are just there talking to him and getting the info on what went down there and everything. And then we have Sasaki and Akira just talking, rambling about stuff, and wondering about what's because we learn that Torso was had some kind of recordings and he in his home on some flash drives and everything, and that he was looking up specific info, unknown info that nobody knows, that the CCG doesn't know, but that for Algiri 3 and everything, and uh, he was their little hacker thing, whatever, and then everyone's just wondering, well, Akira and Sasaki are wondering, basically, what is it precisely that Algiri 3 is looking for, what info is it that they were searching for, and they needed Torso and everything for, and it's like, it raises a lot of questions, like, what could that information do? Like, what is their goal with that information they're gathering? The theory that I'm thinking of is something that it's going to cripple, in a sense, the CCG, and so to make it so the Algiri 3 can just wreak havoc on them even more. Because we do know that they have that, well, because of Eto, in the past, when she visited the CCG building, the 28th Ward, she did lay out some info that we weren't aware of, but that she obviously found out. And it's like, so there's it was related to CCG, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, obviously, the info is going to be something that's going to cripple CCG. Maybe because CCG, even though they're the good guys in this world, or they're supposedly to be the good guys, they've done a lot of shady, awful shit. Just look at Mado. I mean, that motherfucker. Nope, nope, nope. Even though he was, his actions were reasonable in themselves, you still go, no, you're a dick. Still, you still feel, given his backstory and everything. Uh, yeah, I really wonder what the info is that they possess that they're gonna use, and eventually we'll figure it out. Like we'll know it's gonna be told to us eventually and everything. Uh, After that, and we also learned that Algiri 3 also uses members of ghouls in the society and everything, and to gather some kind of info, perhaps, and more stuff. And once that ghoul's human life ceases to worsen, or situation ceases to worsen, Algiri takes them and and strengthens themselves. Algiri, over the past 3 years, we learned that has been quite strong, has been getting even far larger. But given the time slot of 3 years, you're bound to get bigger if you're an organization of some kind. So it's a given. But yeah, then we have Ayato with Torso, just like he's whimpering like a little coward, saying I can't go back and everything and this shit. And like Ayato's just going, dude, you just calm your shit, just calm down, please. I'm like, dude, the guys up there, they're gonna fuck you over. So if you don't have your shit together, just cool it, okay? By the way, and he also asked about in the Quinky squad if a guy named Sasaki was there with them, and like, how much does Ayato know about Sasaki or Kaneki, and everything at this point? I'm just like really wondering because Ayato does know something, but I just wonder how much of all the old characters know about Sasaki, the ones that don't know the full story about him not being a CCG member and all that stuff, just know in full depth, because we have, and everything. And I'm just really wondering what Ayato meant by he can use Aogiri tree uh, to, I don't know the exact words, something about like for this kid. And an image was in Ayato's eye and everything, and it almost seemed like it was Hinami. So there's something that he he wants to use Aogiri tree in some way to help Hinami in some way for some reason. I'm just really wondering what exactly did he mean by that? Like after that, what do we have after that? Yeah, we have. Oh yeah, we have after that. We have Shirasu, Mutsugi, and Sasaki together on in the 13th Ward, because they lost Torso and everything. They're going after a new ghoul named Nutcracker, who apparently has some kind of dominatrix fetish to crush men's testicles and all that and slurp them up. I'm like, oh, that sounds awful. Like she gets off on castrating men and then eating up their testicles. I mean, how odd is that? Like that is fucking strange. Like, oh man, like just like Shirasu was expressing in the page and everything, I felt the pain of like, oh god, that is awful. But also that does bring up something else that about the series. Since this is the 13th Ward, and since it's Yuzu's, we learned that Yuzu is the one in command of the 13th Ward and everything. Uh, a ghoul named Nutcracker ain't gonna bring fun memories back. Ain't saying Yuzu got castrated by his weird ass fucking ghoul mother and everything. And he's bound to have some kind of issues with this ghoul. Not like a normal thing, because he just kills ghouls for pleasure and everything. But this ghoul, he might take a personal approach with, even though it's not the same ghoul that castrated him in the past. Still, the whole thing with crushing men's testicles, it ain't gonna roll well. That for sure. That's what I can understand. I'm hoping he kicks her ass severely good, or just shreds her to pieces, because that's what Yuzu's known for. Just annihilating ghouls like crazy. But yeah, we have that. Oh yeah, how could I forget about this? I'm an idiot. The part about Urie going to the doctor, who was in charge of the half ghoul surgery performed on the Quinkes and the Quinkes and everything, on the Quinkes and everything, and he talked about the process of how they were made. How was it possible to make more ghouls? I'm like, that. Oh god, that is awesome that we learned that in this chapter and everything. So basically, what happened with the surgery is because they had Sasaki and everything, and he was Sasaki was experimented way back in the past with by Kano and everything to make him into a half ghoul and all that shit. And they use the basis of that of the experiment, may the procedure and surgery done on Sasaki to get the info and make their own surgery for creating half ghouls and everything. But they changed it up a little bit because they made it so it was more easier for people to become to surgery to survive the likability of compatibility and all that shit. Because we were shown in the past that Kano's experiments, some of them were failures, some of them were successes, and we didn't quite know how or why. Oh, okay, we did know it was something to do with compatibility, but this makes it easier with how CCG is doing it because they're making it so the human bodies they're experiment on to become half ghouls and everything are capable of withstanding surgery and because of and also the compatibility because they make it so they start off in a weak place. They make it so it's like five gates, five gates, and each gate contains more power the more you go. I don't know, but each gate goes up and gives you even far more strength. As a ghoul, and Urie wants to get stronger, and everything with him being a dick and all, and just not liking the fact that he's not the one on top. Well, he's gonna take this upon himself to make himself stronger. We know how that's gonna turn out, or we expected how it's gonna turn out. And then something unexpected happened. He has this little encounter with this other investigator that it's kind of an old acquaintance of his. What was the investigator's name again? The guy's name was Takeomi Kurewa, which also, surprisingly, he was the son of Iwao Kurewa from the previous series, the guy who was friends with Shinohara and everything. Iwao was a comrade in arms of Urie's father, and that he was one of the people who abandoned him in that confrontation with the ghoul of some whatever ghoul it was that took him out and killed him and just shred him to pieces apparently. And he resents him. He pretty much resents just about anyone. Urie is just a dick. He just resents just about everyone. There is reason behind his anger and his little bitchy ass mood, but still, like, I'm just saying, all this other stuff. He's kind of gotta just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there are gonna hate me for that, and are gonna like me for it. So I just wonder how it's gonna turn out. But yeah, he's kind of a cool character. He was introduced just briefly. The chapter that was that confrontation with Serpent and Sasaki. And Sasaki, when he lost he just lost it like crazy. He's one of the people, one of the three guys who took him down, and then with Akira and everything, so he can just chill and everything. Apparently, he's seeking like a little bit of he likes Sasaki and everything, and he wants to learn from him a wonderful, masterful swordsmanship and elegant movements like water. This guy just fancies Sasaki a lot, apparently, but hell, he's not a bad guy from the look of it. We all hate Urie, if anything. But yeah, we have that. I think I've just talked about just nearly about everything. But the last thing I should talk about, last thing we see is like Sasaki and the rest of the group going to a coffee shop, apparently called Ray, or however you pronounce it, whatever the hell. And them apparent. Oh my fucking god! First thing we see when we go in there, fucking YOLO. Second thing we see, TOUKA. Fuck! I'm like, I want the next chapter. I mean, I'm pretty sure I haven't read it yet. I'm gonna read it after this and make the other review, whatever. But like, I'm like, oh fucking god! I was so surprised and so taken off guard, and I'm like, oh god, I want more. I love that cliffhanger. It just left me just craving more, and I wonder what's gonna unfold in the next chapter. Like, I'm just, whoa, I can't wait. But yeah, I think I've talked around way too much with this, and that's about it. Yeah. So with that said, see you soon. Have a something new. Love you all.